Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. This is Psyche Libertina, and today we are gonna look at what you need to heal from. I know na yung mga previous videos ko, parang they're inclined on checking your other person, what they feel, what they think, what they will potentially do. I think that it would be good if we check kung ano ba yung pwede nating ayusin sa mga sarili natin. Kasi after all, sa mga, sa kahit ano namang sitwasyon, the only thing that we have control of is yung kung paano ba yung magiging reaction natin, ano ba yung pwede nating ayusin, kumbaga anything na nasa sa atin mismo. If you're new to my channel, welcome, hello, please feel free to subscribe if you haven't already. And if you're new to pick a pile, basically, I have here 3 piles for you, which pagpipilian ninyo. For pile number 1, we have Heaven and Earth Tarot. And then for pile number 2, we have Tattoo Tarot. And for pile number 3, we have Light Seer Tarot. Pili kayo, pause the video if you like, and then pag nakapili na kayo, head over down to the timestamps to see kung ano yung clickable na link para sa file ninyo. And once nakapili na kayo, yeah. So I will see you there. Hey there, Pile 1! Thank you so much for being here. If you chose etong Heaven and Earth Tarot natin, so this is gonna be your reading. Basically, titingnan natin what you need to heal from, ano ba yung mga issues na dominant sa inyo ngayon, and then we'll see what the cards have to say, kung ano ba yung advice about it. So, per usual, as you already know, I have here pre-shuffled oracle cards for you. So we're gonna check your energy, ano ba yung mga potential issues na makikita natin. If you're able to resonate with this one, then definitely this is your pile. Now, if hindi kayo makarelate dito, then check out the other piles. Baka hindi ito yung message for you. It's absolutely okay to be drawn to more than one pile. But if for all 3 piles, hindi kayo makarelate on anything, then probably walang message sa inyo for this reading. Just a general disclaimer, this is a general tarot reading, so only take what resonates and leave the rest, okay? So for your archetype card, you had 2. We have number 69, the vessel, and then number 65, the prayer. You know what? I-zoom ko muna. So you have here the vessel, and then you have here the prayer. Here. And then you have truth. Then you have here trees, mountains, and gardens. So I'll read this later. Basically, this is a dream card, which I decided to use for this reading. You know what? I'll read it na. Trees, mountains, gardens. Because they are landscape features, trees in a dream may seem incidental, but they often refer to your spiritual and emotional development. Forests typically symbolize the unknown. They may reflect feelings of being lost or confused. If so, the way out is to trust your intuition, such a dream gives a clear sign you need to find inner strength and reconnect with what truly matters. The denser, the gloomier the wood, the more urgently you need to move towards clarity and contentment. However, if the mood is of wonder or joy, the dream may point to the benefits of deeply exploring the mysteries of the self or of life itself. A mountain indicates a challenge you must overcome. The view, the valley below is the roar for persistence. Gardens refer to areas of potential growth in your life. Grass suggests a desire to be closer to nature or to your natural self. So, ayan siya. Trees, mountains. So, you have 2 trees here. And then you have lunar eclipse, releasing the past, breakthrough, pushing limitations, healing. I think I want to put it here. Then you have dispelling sadness. I will feel better once I get the rest I need. And then hydrate. Okay. Okay. Okay, so pile 1. I think that right now, you're in a very emotional state. With hydrate being here, and then you have here the prayer, and then you have here yung dream card, which talks about emotional advancement or emotional issues. Clearly, I think that right now you're having issues about how to handle your emotions based on things that you're not really sure of. So what do I mean by that? So with the lunar eclipse being here, I think that parang you were in a state previously na you're kind of bothered about something which involves not just ano eh, kumbaga parang it doesn't really involve other people. I mean, hindi yun yung focus, it's more focused on yourself. You could be having health issues with the vessel being here, or you could be paranoid about, parang your mental health or your physical health. After all, the vessel talks about anything that can hold something, be it a cup, be it your body, be it your car. So this is very physical. This is very tangible. And I think that right now you're paying particular focus to that. And with the prayer, I think na parang what you're trying to fix or what you're having an issue with is something that you're not even sure if issue nga ba siya. I don't mean to I don't mean to sound negative about this, pero alam niyo ba yung parang alam niyo yung parang may pagka-nega lang na napaparanoid kayo, parang napapraning kayo. Yun yung nakikita ko dito. Kasi with dispelling sadness, dispelling sadness, I will feel better once I get the rest I need. And then, under siya ng the vessel. So, I think that parang you haven't been having sleep lately. It could be na, I'm not sure if medyo may insomnia lang kayo or something, but I don't think so. I think that you've been having this for probably like a couple of months, probably 6 months, about 6 months ago. And then with hydrate here, I think na other than you having issues with your physical self, yung sa katawan niyo siguro, baka yun, lack of sleep, you're probably having some emotional breakdown. You probably find yourself crying. You probably find yourself feeling ashamed about something. I'm sorry, I'm just called to notice yung parang image here. And you would have probably withdrawn from your friends. Alam mo yung parang hindi na nila kayo nakikita, hindi na nila kayo nakakausap. And then when they ask you why, you don't even know what to tell them, na parang hindi mo sure kung ikaw ba yung may problema or talagang hindi mo lang feel lumabas, or is it just COVID na kinakatakot mo. Pero I think that right now, pile one, well, other than hydrate, like really the literal meaning of hydrate, like drink water, I think that right now, your cards right off the bat call you to have some deep introspection. When I say na parang deep, literally, you have to figure out, you have to dive deep, isipin ninyo kung bakit kayo nagkaganito. Because sometimes, with the number 6 being here, to me, parang nagre-resonate bigla yung 6 of Cups, especially with water being here. I'm thinking na parang 6 of Cups siya, which talks about nostalgia, about, your inner child. So, you could be someone who's had like a very, not naman very, pero a challenging, childhood, a challenging upbringing. You're probably someone na parang your parents were very, very overprotective. Probably you're someone na siguro, I don't know, naisip ko lang bigla, you're probably someone na parang sinabi ng parents mo, oh, okay, sige, tumakbo kang konsehal or something, or probably you're into politics, or probably doing some modeling gig. And I think that right now, these changes that are happening with the world, yung situation, yung the things being less normal. Kumbaga parang, yeah, less normal than they were, or even yung normal now isn't really like the normal that we were used to 4 years ago. I don't think that you've adjusted to that, pile one. But more than that, I think that you're having some inner struggle na parang nagkakaroon na kayo ng, alam niyo ba yung bubble, parang bubble fever. Yeah, I think that's what they call it. Na parang pag hindi ka makalabas, hindi mo magawa kung ano yung mga ginagawa mo dati, that causes you like a struggle, and sometimes that causes you to lash out. Yung prayer kasi dito, this archetype particularly talks about yung the time when you're searching for answers, na parang you don't have it, you're searching for it, but you don't even know that you're searching for it. It's quite it's quite cliche kasi ang sinasabi dito is parang you dealing with emotions, and yet you have here the prayer na parang sinasabi naman na what exactly are you searching for? I think kasi that right now, pile 1, I think that right now, or at least the past few months, you've had a lot of you've had a lot of alone time, and you've had a lot of, I'm sorry, pumasok kasi ko. I think that you've had a lot of issues with people not being available when you needed them. I think kasi that right now, pile 1, yung problema ninyo has nothing to do with has nothing to do with the external forces, has nothing to do with your job, has nothing to do with your career. Then if ganun yung problema ninyo, then probably this isn't your pile, because this energy is very strong on the self. As in, kinikilabutan akong sabihin siya, so I know that I'm right, na I think na parang this issue that you're having of being unstable, and I don't mean it in a bad way, okay? Don't go roasting me. It's just that I'm just saying, I'm just telling you what I'm seeing. I think that right now you're having like an emotional breakdown, pile 1. And it's actually, this reading, actually, probably I'm thinking that you're thinking it's very therapeutic for you. And siguro the reason why I'm doing this right now is because I needed to deliver you this message. Alam nyo ba, funny story, I was supposed to film this yesterday, but for some reason I couldn't read the cards na pinili ko, yung deck na pinili ko. So I was supposed to use a different deck yesterday, and then hindi ko siya mabasa. So I decided na parang okay, baka hindi ito yung hindi ito yung message na kailangan ko. And now I'm starting to see why. Kasi the fact that you had here two archetype, the intention is to draw only one. But you had here two. As in, sabay lumabas yan. In fact, twice kong drino yung cards ninyo for the archetype. Kasi nung una, twice yung dalawa din yung bumagsak. So I thought na, baka namali lang ako ng shuffle. And then on my second shuffle, dalawa na naman siya. So meaning, dalawa talaga yung para sa inyo. And I'm having the strong sense that right now, you're having this sort of not really dual personality, but sort of like parang a sudden switch, an issue on your sudden mood switching. And I think that someone has already told you about that. Kasi, with the vessel being here, kung makikita ninyo yung image, there's like a light there, the far end of this black hole. And yet, etong person that is parang, just there, just held there by a cup of water, which also is here na parang hydrate. So I think that parang you're drowning in your emotions already, na wala na kayong magawa, to the point that it's already manifesting on your physical health. You could probably be, losing a lot of weight. You could probably be having flabs here and there. Tapos your hair, probably yung hair ninyo, parang you could have been experiencing hair fall. And I think that right now you're very, very restless, pile 1. You're very, very restless kasi you know that there is a problem. Alam ninyo that you're getting, I'm sorry, depressed is such a deep word, but I feel that that would be apt for this situation. I think that right now, you're slowly feeling na parang, alam mo yung nade-depress ka, pero hindi mo naman alam kung ano yung problema, which is very, very difficult. Kasi, if you come to think of it, kung made-depress ka, tapos let's say, you had like a recent heartbreak or whatever, or you lost your job or something like that, madali siyang ayusin eh. Kasi kumbaga, alam mo kung ano yung dahilan. But if you're having like emotional struggles and it's already manifesting on you physically and you don't even know what happened, then that's an issue. I'm not a doctor or anything, but I would suggest if ganun siya ka-extreme, you may probably want to seek professional help. It's never really wrong to do that. Na alam mo yun, parang gone are the days na parang iniisip nila na kapag ka nagpa-psychiatrist ka or nagpa-psychologist ka, baliw ka. No, hindi siya ganon. Especially with, mental health awareness right now. I think that you should go for it, and I think that that's what can help you. And with the prayer being here, I think that parang for most of you, I think that you have really like a strong faith. And kasi parang kung titingnan nyo, this is number 65. And then this is number 69. Technically, 4 digits apart yon. So right now, you're feeling stagnant. And the only thing that's keeping you going is your faith that, things are gonna get better. You have here basically two landscapes, you know? And I think that right now, while or no, actually, I don't think na what you're having right now or the trouble that you're having right now is all in your mind or it's all in your heart. It's all at the back of your emotion. It's not something na, if anything, nagmamanifest na siya sa 3D world ninyo right now kasi hindi nyo nga ma-resolve kung ano yung struggles ninyo inside na nagwi-withdraw na kayo sa mga tao. With the truth card being here and then etong trees, mountains, and gardens ito, let's flip it over. So, you could probably literally be having dreams about trees and mountains and gardens, pero similar to what this one is saying, ayan refer to your spiritual and emotional development. Forests typically symbolize the unknown. And then you have here the lunar eclipse, which is a breakthrough, releasing the past. The lunar eclipse also talks about, it's similar to the full moon, pero only intensify that things which you don't know are coming to light. And with here, na parang, forests typically symbolize the unknown. So, this may reflect feelings of being lost or confused. So, I think that right now, similar dun sa pinag-uusapan natin kanina, na parang, you're at the state na you're drowning in your emotions, na parang you don't get the rest that you need. You want to, parang alam mo yung feeling na parang, sometimes you'd find yourself na, okay, just to get out, just for the sake of doing it, I will get out of bed, I will, I don't know, go to the grocery or walk sa park, pero even after you do the things that you enjoy, probably some of you like painting or like acrylic oil art. Kasi parang kung makikita niyo the images here, they're blurry. Even this one, parang alam mo yung kung mag-art ka parang sa sketching, it's very windy, it's very blurry. Even this one, parang alam mo yun, may haze siya. So I think that right now, you're at this state, pile 1 na, you're really just lost for words. Na parang pag tinanong kita ngayon, parang, so, ano bang problema? Bakit hindi ka kumakain? Ano problema? Ba't hindi ka lumalabas? O, ano problema? Ba't hindi ka nagpunta sa ganito? The only thing that you can say is, ewan ko ba? Tinatamad ako? Pero hindi ka naman normally ganyan. I mean, for some of you, I don't think that most of you are introverts. If anything, parang you're more of like the very outgoing person. But for some reason, for the past probably 6 to 8 months, you've been having like sleepless nights. I honestly think that there was, and this can resonate for some. I honestly think that you went out with a couple of friends, or there was like an event or something. There was an event outside of your home na nagpunta ka doon, and then for some reason you spoke with people who said something which didn't really resonate with you, na parang doon ka nag-start mag-question na, am I doing the right thing with my life? I'm sorry, I'm just getting, that might not resonate for everyone, but for a large majority of you, I think doon yun na-trigger na parang there was an incident, there was an event, and then parang may mga nakausap ka, and then parang they started sharing their thoughts, and at the same time, that's when you started to think na parang, tama ba yung ginagawa ko sa buhay ko? Ayan dispelling sadness. I will feel better once I get the rest I need. I honestly think that pile 1, I mean, is there any other thing to say about dispelling sadness. With your cards over here, I think that right now you're being called to ground yourself. I think meditation is I think meditation is something that can help you. Because if you see here trees, and then you have here like parang, I think that's grass. Then you have here trees too. And I think na right now, if you'd be able to control these emotions and to ground yourself, you'll be able to come out of this parang limbo. I'm saying the limbo kasi there is a feeling of stagnancy. There is a feeling of being stuck. Okay? So so yeah. So that's your energy. We're gonna look at the tarot and see what exactly or what in particular is it that you probably don't know. Ano ba yung issue na meron? Ano ba yung issue na meron? How can you resolve it? What does the card have to say? So yeah, so you picked itong Heaven and Earth tarot natin. So let's just set intentions. Okay. So let's start. This is actually I've had this deck for quite some time, but I never used it yet. So I hope that you will like it though. Pero don't be afraid, pile 1. Sometimes kasi talagang sometimes may mga nangyari talaga na parang hindi mo alam kung ano ba yung problema, pero alam mo na may mali. And sometimes that is intuition. And I remember na parang intuition, alam mo yun? Intuition whispers while anxiety screams. So that might be helpful for you. I heard that from another tarot reader. So ASO. So yeah, let's draw your tarot. So Spirit, ano ba yung kailangang ayusin ni pile 1? What does pile 1? Where do you want to go? Pile 1. Oh, see, the moon in reverse. So this is similar. I just have to say, this is similar to your lunar eclipse where things are coming to light since it's in reverse. So that's a good sign. Okay. So you have here the Queen of Swords again, truth coming out. See, you're very cerebral actually. Pile 1. Let's get some more before I keep talking. Spirit, what does pile 1 need to heal from? Ano yung kailangan niyang i-resolve, ayusin? You have here the Hangman. Spirit, what does pile 1? Okay. You have here, what's this? Perfected work. Number 4. Oh, this is the Emperor. Spirit, what does pile 1 need to heal from? You have here. Okay. So this is the 4 of Wands pala in reverse. I'm sorry. And then this is the 9 of Swords. Description pala yan. So let's clarify. Clarify the moon in reverse, please. Please clarify the moon in reverse. We have 3 of Swords in reverse. How about the Queen of Swords? Oh, ayan. Queen of Swords in reverse. 8 of Swords upright. You have a lot of swords, so you could be an air sign. The Hangman. Can you clarify the Hangman? Okay. You have here 6 of Wands. How about the Four of Wands, please? Can you clarify the Four of Wands? Four of Wands. Four of Wands. Have you the Princess of Pentacles or the Page of Pentacles? How about the Nine of Swords? Please forgive me if may maririnig yung mga nagsusnore sa likod. We have here. You know what? Let's take this King of Pentacles and the Star in reverse. And at the back of the deck, you have the King of Cups. All right. Okay. So you have very dominant swords energy. So you could be an air sign. You don't have to be Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. And like I said earlier, most of you are very cerebral. Kumbaga, parang the reason why this situation right now is confusing you kasi you're feeling helpless when it's not usual for you. Okay? So let's start here. I think that right now, pile one, you're at this feeling na parang you're stagnant. With the hangman being here, the hangman is ruled by Neptune, which in by correlation would rule Pisces. So it's about intuition, it's about, psychic abilities, emotions, Pisces being a water sign. So I think that right now, for you, with the hangman being here, I think that other than you're stagnant, similarly, you're drowning in your emotions. And it's very it's very weird for you. Not really weird, but it's more of like daunting for you kasi parang parang I think that at the same time na nangyari tong parang biglang na-shock kayo, is at the same time na parang you got what you wanted in life with the Six of Wands being here. Parang alam mo yung binigay sa yung biyaya tapos parang dun ka lalong mas naging empty yung feeling na parang it could be possible that you're single, it could be possible that actually for some of you I think that you've had like you've been separated with your previous partner for probably a couple of months now, and then with you getting this success right now, parang nandun ka sa situation na you don't really have anyone to share it with, and I think that that's what's causing you the issue. I did mention kanina that there was an event na parang siguro pinuntahan niyo and then someone could have mentioned something. I think that yung someone na yon could have asked you something na parang, oh, so kailan ka mag-aasawa? So when do you plan to settle down? And you're like, really, you have to ask me that right now? Kung kailan parang, I just told you that I got promoted and then you're gonna ask me when I'm gonna get married. Do you think I'm gonna get married anytime soon? Nang ganitong trabaho lang ako ng trabaho. So I think that for a majority of you, I'm getting that strong feeling kaya parang naikwento ko na nga siya. So if it doesn't resonate with you, then leave it. So I think that um I think that pile one, similar dun sa sinabi ko sa inyo na parang like ngayon ko lang napansin that you have here the Three of Swords. The Three of Swords is about the heartbreak. The moon, this one being in reverse means na parang it's something na you don't parang you it's not that you don't want to deal with it. It's it's as if na parang you know that you're over it, but for some reason there's that itch na parang nandun pa siya. Parang may masyakit, pero pero hindi na siya dapat gano'n. Kasi okay ka na eh, over ka na. And you being very intellectual, you being very cerebral, parang pag tinanong kita, "Uy, nasasaktan mo ba?" Actually, parang mga 20% na lang. Siguro yun yung sagot mo. Gano'n ka mag-isip. That's how you deal with your problem. That's how you deal with your work. You're very probably data-driven. You're very, like, kung ano yung totoo, kung ano yung nakikita, kung ano yung kaya mo i-quantify. But with the moon card being here in reverse, I think na parang slowly, etong heartbreak situation mo na 'to, hindi na siya parang kumbaga it's not something that you're hiding. In fact, it's something that you've already acknowledged. So this one, okay ka na sa part na 'to. And with the Queen of Swords being here, in reverse and with the eight of swords being here upright, I think na parang, if anything, parang one of the things that you're having difficulty admitting was that this situation, this heartbreak situation, whatever it is, heartbreaks don't necessarily need to involve like relationships. Although for a vast majority of you, I think that it does. You know, heartbreaks can be about, let's say, a promotion that you weren't able to get, or like, let's say, something that you wanted but it wasn't given to you. And with the Queen of Swords in reverse being here, tapos clarify siya nitong Eight of Swords, which talks about self-imposed restrictions. I think that you were in a situation na you knew that you needed to get away from this feeling. You knew that you needed to move on, but for some reason, you also know that you're not ready. But I think that right now, you're already slowly acknowledging that. Kasi parang kanina, if you see yung mga cards ninyo, diba here, truth. So it's about acknowledging which is basically what the Queen of Swords stands for. And then you have here also eto, lunar eclipse, releasing the past, breakthrough. So you have here the moon. So I think that right now parang tapos ka na dun sa stage na dinideny mo yung sarili mo kung ano yung totoo. And if anything, I think na parang nagkaroon ka nung sitwasyon na parang etong, alam mo yung alam mo yung kasabihan na parang if you don't like where you are, move. Nandun ka sa stage na parang I don't like where I am, but I don't wanna move. Nandun ka probably just the past few weeks. And then it's only right now na parang nagsisimula ka ng maisip na parang ano pa bang problema? Parang akala ko ba tapos na, okay na, tinanggap ko na wala na, nakalusot na sa akin, or wala na siya sa akin, or hindi ko na nakuha yung trabaho ko. But for some reason right now, nandito ka pa rin sa feeling na stagnancy, even if you think na inadmit mo na at hinayaan mo na okay na natanggap mo na. Pero the fact that this is in reverse, it means na parang your mind could be telling you na parang it's okay, na ano ko na, okay na ako, I'm moving on, pero deep down, you're still stuck in that feeling, in that emotion, in that situation, etong in this Three of Swords incident na nangyari sa'yo. Now, with the Four of Wands being here in reverse, clarified by the Princess of Pentacles, I think that something is coming your way. Something like this is a tangible offer. The Princess of Pentacles always talks about, or the Page of Pentacles always talks about like an offer. And Pentacles are always anything that's grounded, anything that's within the 3D. So it could be possible now with the nine of with the Nine of Swords being here, it could be that you having an epiphany, you finding out something, or you being given something. Let's say it could be a gift, or it could be simply just the truth that will set you free from whatever issue you're having. Now, you do have here the King of Pentacles right after etong page natin. But there is the Star in reverse here. So I think that you need to have patience, my dear pile one. Kasi if you'll see, from being a page, nag-transgress ba yung term? Or parang nag-shift siya. Nag-move forward siya from being a page into a king. So that's like what? 2 court cards skipped. So ibig sabihin, this change and revelation is going to be massive. Massive to the point na baka it will shock you. But you need to have patience kasi with the Star being here in reverse, I think that right now you're at that stage na parang you're slowly losing hope. Please, if you're feeling na parang medyo nandun ka na sa stage na parang medyo may pagka-suicidal ka na or anything, I'm sorry, I just have to say that. Please seek help. Talk to someone. That's not something that you should do. But with the King of Cups being here, you do have Hydrate card earlier. You do have Hydrate card, and most of your cards talks about emotional stability, emotional maturity, emotional improvement. So I don't think, similar dun sa sinabi ko kanina, and these are tarot cards which we drew, right? Which I drew while filming, and you saw that. So wala yung problema mo with your job, with your success, or whatever. It's just really within you. And the good thing about it is, since sarili mo yan, ikaw lang ang makakapagsabi kung paano mo siya ayusin. Ikaw lang din ang may alam kung ano ba yung kailangan mong gawin. If you need to go on a vacation, if you need to unwind, I mean, you can do whatever you want. Kasi, I'm sorry, naalala ko lang yung saying na parang, and this is something that, my best friend and I, shout out to Bex, parang, my best friend and I, um, always tell each other whenever we're feeling depressed or or whenever we're depressed or whenever we're having like issues na parang hindi mo alam kung anong gagawin mo. If you feel na parang you're about to do something stupid, you have to ask yourself if it's worth the sacrifice. And then if you can tell yourself that anything and everything to survive, then probably that would be worth it. Alam mo, if it's about, spending 5,000 more on shopping or probably getting wasted one night. I mean, of course, you have to be responsible, pero sometimes kasi society has given us so much restrictions about how we're supposed to deal with problems na pagkatuloy you went, like, kunwari babae ka, tapos naglasing ka ng isang gabi kasi parang, alam mo yun, you've been working for 3 freaking years and then you've never gotten drunk your entire life. So you wanted to enjoy. You wanted to unwind. And then people will think, ano ba yung kababaeng tao, ganyan, ganyan, ganyan. If you can, if you can tell yourself na I need to do this for me to survive, for me to, like rewind or unwind my brain, then go for it. Kasi the good thing about what's happening here, pile one, is that all of your sword cards speak of self-limiting or restrictions. Kumbaga, self-initiated restrictions, self-limiting beliefs. Kumbaga, ikaw lang yung, kumbaga, they're just thoughts at the back of your head na kapag ka tinigilan mong isipin at kapag ka nag-make ka ng conscious action na ayusin, maaayos mo siya. This one, Eight of Swords. And then you have here the Queen of Swords. The Queen of Swords is a very intellectual being. Siya yung tipong as in will find out the truth whatever the hell happens. And then nasa sa tabi siya ng the moon. It's actually looking at the moon. So clearly, and I'm having chills saying this, your energy to find out the truth about this whole situation is already there. You just have to take it. You just have to, kumbaga parang you just have to take that step na i-acknowledge na ba. And actually, I think that for a majority of you, whatever this Three of Swords energy is, I think na alam na ninyo kung ano yung nangyari. And you tell yourself, paulit-ulit na tinanggap na ninyo. Pero iba kasi yung sinasabi ninyo sa sarili ninyo na tinanggap nyo na siya kesa sa kumbaga parang action-wise na talagang okay na, tinanggap mo na. You know what? Why don't we clarify? Kasi with the King of Cups being here, you're heavily, you need to you need to control your emotions. Ayan o. Ano ba to? Five of Cups. See? Loss. So, right underneath here. So, you really have to let go of those things na parang tapos na. There's no use crying over spilled milk. Okay? One. So let's clarify this Three of Swords energy. What is this Three of Swords doing here? Ano tong Three of Swords na to? Okay. So you have, see? Lumabas ulit siya. Five of Cups. So I think na parang I think that right now you're feeling heartbroken about certain things that you've lost, but at the same time you gain something from it. So, very, very, very normal na offset, career and love life. Na-promote ka, nag-break kayo ng boyfriend mo. Hindi mo na naintindihan kung paano maging masaya dun sa promotion mo kasi ang iniisip mo na lang ay iniwan ka ng boyfriend mo. Or, let's say, nakabili ka ng, I don't know, you bought yourself a new car, but then you had to, I don't know, like you had to probably pay an extra 100,000 for the color that you wanted. Instead na ma-enjoy mo na nakabili ka ng sasakyan, you're sulking over the 100,000 additional that you had to pay for the color of your choice. So, right now, I think na parang nandoon ka sa parang situation na you want everything to be perfect, pero there really isn't any perfect life. Life is a matter of balance. You get some, you win some, you lose some, you get some, you don't get some. Ganon talaga siya. So, let's clarify itong Princess of Pentacles just so we know what's coming. What's this Princess of Pentacles doing here? What's this Princess of... It's funny kasi yung five of cups, pag talaga para sa'yo, kanina nandoon siya sa likod ng king and then lumabas ulit siya. So, pag talaga yun yung clearly message para sa'yo, talagang lalabas at lalabas siya. So, what's this page of... Okay, so ang dami. Let's do that. Let's put it back. Page of Pentacles. What's this Page of Pentacles doing here? Okay. So you have here, see? Ten of Cups. So you have so so for some of you, there could be like a new relationship coming with, especially with this Four of Wands being here, because the Four of Wands, more often than not, it talks about, union, parang sort of like the Lover's card. And then you clarify this Page of Pentacles, which clearly is an offer, a message, and then it gets clarified by this Ten of Cups, which clears, ayan, perfected success. So be it in relationship, or be it in your love life, or be it in whatever situation, there will be something that's coming for you, pile one, and it's a very, very good thing, especially with the star being here. Wag ka lang mawawala ng pag-asa. Good things, they really take time. And ano ba yung kailangan mong ayusin? Ano pa nga ba? Tanggapin mo na kung ano yung tapos na, and then you have to embrace that things have already changed. At the back of your deck, you have your Seven of Wands. So this is about, keeping your stand. It's usually called the Lord of Valor card. So alam mo yun, parang again, don't lose hope. Just stick to what you know. The process may be long, pero wag mong parihirapan yung sarili mo, continuously thinking of what could have been, what might have been, kasi tapos na eh. Whatever this energy is, whatever this Three of Swords energy is, it's already done. Whatever this Eight of Swords energy is, tapos na yan. Kumbaga, napagdaanan mo na yan. The only thing that you have to do right now is enjoy the success that you have and let more success come your way. And the only way for you to do that is to let go of the baggage, because you can only carry so much. All right. So why don't we get tea leaf cards, just so probably just some last piece of advice. What are you expecting? You know what? Let's just shape them like this. Let's draw some. So Spirit, pile one, please. You have your leg, stepping into a new experience. So yeah, you have here your Page of Pentacles. So something's coming for you. A stubborn, aggressive person here. So be careful kung sino yan. And we have here money path. A path with money is waiting for you to find it. So clearly very Pentacles energy. After all, you have here your Page, and you have here your King. So your Page is looking at your King. And let's get one more. Diamond. You'll be receiving or giving a precious gift. So see, all of your like gifts, last advices are very positive. You have here your Pentacles, you have here your Four of Wands, resolving your nightmares or your Nine of Swords card. Parang inel siya, parang alam mo yun, all of the positive cards sort of like removed. parang in-outcast niya tong Nine of Swords energy niyo. So you have to claim that. And all of your tea leaf cards are very positive. If anything, etong stubborn, aggressive person, if anything, this could be like your boss or someone that you know who would be giving you this new experience, who would be helping you find this money, and who would be giving this gift to you, or probably you'd be giving that gift to this person, whoever this ram is. So yeah, that is it, pile one. Thank you so much for staying with me for your reading. So if you did like this video, please feel free to give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Ring that bell to be notified whenever I upload new videos. And do follow me on Instagram and Facebook, Psyche Libertina, so that you can get to see whenever I post random messages on those social media websites. Okay? So, paano ba yan? I will leave your reading here and I will see you on your next reading. Bye! Hey there, Pile 2! Thank you so much for being here. So, if you chose etong Tattoo Tarot natin, this is gonna be your reading. So, we're gonna look at what your energy is, what's causing you some issues, what you need to heal from, and then we're gonna ask Tarot later the specifics, like what you need to do, what's coming, whatever message it may give. So, per usual, I have your pre-shuffled oracle cards. So, we are gonna check your energy first. We're gonna check, kumbaga, ano yung mga nagiging issues ninyo. Um, basically just an energy check. And if you're able to resonate with this one, then definitely this is your reading. If not, then feel free to check the other piles. It's absolutely okay to be drawn to more than one pile. And similarly, if you're not able to resonate with any of the three piles, then probably there isn't any reading for you. There isn't really any message for you on this reading. Now, just a general disclaimer, this is a general tarot reading, so only take what resonates and leave the rest. And I will apologize if you hear like noise in the background. My kids are here, um, so for your archetype, we have number 49, the fault line. And then you have here security. You have your kindness, number 37. I'm gonna put it here now. And then you have the eighth house, I transform. This is the house of life's enigmas, transformation, the hidden, sexuality, and death. Here's where we can see someone else's property and money, real estate, inheritance, and investments. We can also see our deepest unrevealed wishes as well as fears, occultism, and esotericism. Esotericism. See? Sometimes I can't even read. Demystifying the darkness. My shadow shows me where my love needs to be sent. And then you have here, so this is basically a dream card which I decided to use for this reading. So, people, some dreams are empty of people, some are heavily populated. Frequently, people in a dream will represent aspects of your own personality or preoccupations. This is true of friends and acquaintances, but it can also apply to strangers, a useful point to remember when you have a puzzling dream about someone you've never met. The key to understanding might be what they say or do rather than who they are. People working together might suggest the importance of cooperation. Perhaps you envy a relationship that seems to be more harmonious than yours, or perhaps you feel isolated in your job and would like more contact with others. People bumping into each other may denote frustration about individuals who are involving themselves in your personal affairs, or simply a deep seated wish for more solitude. If there are people present when you are doing something private, such as using the bathroom, this usually indicates insecurity or low self esteem. So let's put that here. What else? Flip it na. Okay. Okay. So, pile 2, I think that right now, nandun kayo sa stage where, and with shadows being here, I think that for those who know, I think that this will be a very apt time for you to do shadow work. When we say shadow work, kasi it's about dealing with, dealing with your issues, dealing with your shadows, dealing with the ugly parts of you. With the eighth house kasi being here, the eighth house kasi, apart from it, talking about whatever was said on the card, if on your birth chart. The eighth house talks about taking a break from the world and trying to get your life in order, basically. Check your most destructive behaviors. Parang ano ba yun? Ano nga ba yung sa other deck? Meron kasi akong other na um ano ba to? Yung astrology deck, which says that the eighth house requires you to take a walk with like the ugliest part of yourself and then try to deal with it right then and there. So clearly, I think that one of the issues that you need to deal with, other than your shadow, would be your insecurity. If you'll notice, two of your cards here, meron silang, kumbaga parang people interacting. And if we'll go back to the message here, it talks about, potential insecurity, cooperation, basically anything that involves people. And I think that right now, you're yet to find comfort knowing that you are accepted. So, eto kasing fault line na to, this archetype, if you look at it, it's 49, which when you reduce, it's number 13, which when you reduce, again, number 4, so that's stagnancy. Um, I think na right now, parang what's causing you to be in this situation na parang you're not able to explore things is kasi you're afraid of being judged. I'm getting that strong feeling. And itong fault line kasi, this talks about changes that are coming. It's more of like, it's sort of like parang the tower card sa traditional tarot, where change is expected, change is coming, and you have to brace yourself for it, rather than just run away from it. And I think na nandoon ka na sa stage na parang andyan na siya, parang you have to, the 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 events that are happening in your life right now are calling you to get out of your shell, to deal with your issues, to deal with your shadows and not hide at the back of them, not hide in their darkness. Kasi you have to understand, pile 2, lahat kasi ng tao, parang meron tayong mga hindi naman sa hindi katanggap-tanggap, pero meron tayong mga, kumbaga, less than positive attributes. Everyone has it. Everyone has a light and a shadow side. And the only way that you can properly deal with it is to accept it and to heal from it. I'm not sure if, I'm sorry, but I'm just thinking yung mga star seeds or yung mga star workers, mga light workers. It's basically like when your soul is reincarnated, na parang you have this inclination to help people. If you are one of those, then probably it would be very helpful to do some shadow work, parang deal with issues nung probably, from your past life, if you do believe in that. But focusing right now on what you need to heal from, I think that you need to heal from self-restricting beliefs. Pile number 2, you have your kindness, which when reduced, is a number 10. So basically, I think that right now, partnered with the fault line, which is yung change that's about to happen, I think na you will come to an understanding na the only security that you need, pile 2, is for you to be secured with yourself. I remember na parang may napanood akong clip ni Tony Gonzaga, don't roast me if people hate her. I mean, if you hate her or whatever, I think that she's right to have her own opinion, as we do all. Lahat tayo may kanya-kanya tayong opinion. I know that parang on one of her interviews with Will Dasovich, parang she mentioned na the worst betrayal that you can do to yourself, you can do, is to cancel yourself. So, having said that, I think na parang you, pile 2, nagkakaroon kayo ng parang low self-esteem situation, na parang you're not, you're having this feeling na you're not good enough, na you're not doing same as other people, or probably for a majority of you, you're probably comparing your success or um your level of stability with someone else. Kumbaga parang siguro parang may mga times na iniisip niyo, bakit siya mag-aasawa na, bakit siya nakabili na siya ng bahay, bakit siya parang may kotse na siya, pag magkaklase lang kami, bakit ako ganito pa rin, ganyan, ganyan. If anything, I think that you should no. I don't think, I mean, I know that you should stop that. And I know that you do too. Kasi everyone has our own journey. File number 2. And you have your Virgo, which is ruled by Pluto. So, sorry, it's not Virgo, it's Scorpio, which is ruled by Pluto. So, so I think na most of your probably, again, this can resonate for some, most of your like parang very extreme. Alam mo yung parang pag gusto, pag ayaw. And I think na, I think that for that same reason na parang you're very passionate of what your choices are, of what you want, of what you think, nandoon tuloy na nagkakaroon ng judgment yung ibang tao sa inyo na parang you're difficult. And I will tell you, pile 2 na, everything requires balance. If you feel na you've offended other people, then, by all means, apologize. But if you feel na parang you're just stating an opinion and they can't take it, then, parang if you know na you said it naman in a good way, tapos pinipilit nilang dapat pareho kayo ng opinion, then why should you sacrifice? Why should you sacrifice your thoughts and feelings for other people who can't accept yours, diba? So, ano ba nga ba? Also, I'm called to notice itong purple hues here for me kasi purple is like our third eye and our crown chakra. At least for me, the crown chakra is purple in shade. So I think that right now, parang these issues, I think that you already have like a feeling or an inclination of whatever change is coming, whatever um whatever shakiness, is afoot. So some of you could be fire signs actually. Even if water signs is Scorpio, you could be, water signs, Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces, or you can be fire signs, Aries, Leo, Sag, especially with, for some reason, parang I'm seeing here na parang like they're going to war or something. I feel na parang you're someone who's, kasi ang daming tao dito, and then ang daming tao dito, and then dito parang there are a lot of like people, even if they're animals, there are a lot of like beings or creatures involved. So I think that parang you're trying to compromise yourself, you're trying to compromise your beliefs and the things that you want in life just to fit in. Again, there is, again, we are in a society, yes, and one way or another we have to like, adjust and make friends and be one with our country, or be one with your nation, or be one with your group. But I think that right now, pile 2, you're overdoing it. Na parang you need to find the perfect balance between you need to find the perfect balance between trying to belong in a community versus forcing yourself to be in it. Kasi with the security card being here, I think na parang, alam niyo yung kayo yung tipo ng tao na takot mag-isa. Kayo yung tipo ng tao na parang kapag hindi ka kinausap or hindi ka na-replyan, parang nagpapanik ka na, oh my God, galit ba siya sa akin? Parang you find value or you test the level of friendship, communication, or relationship by the frequency at which the other person or your community responds to you. Kasi, I think na parang, kayo yung tipo ng tao na parang, you're such a people pleaser. You like giving, probably your language of love could be service or gifts, pero I'm leaning more on service, at least for this reading. I'm leaning more na parang nandun kayo sa service type of love. Pero if anything kasi, pile 2, you have to understand na you don't have to find security elsewhere. You have to start finding that within yourselves. Kasi, yun yung pinaka-important na mabibigay ninyo sa sarili niyo. To be comfortable in your own skin, to be comfortable knowing na parang okay ka naman, to be comfortable that you can feed yourself, you can provide for those who depend on you. Like, let's say if you have kids, I'm honestly thinking na parang like for a majority of you, it could be na your, probably have your own families, and right now parang you're feeling na, I'm getting the vibe na, alam mo yung parang probably some of you have kids and then you feel na parang having a kid makes you like less of a person because you had it out of wedlock. But whatever it may be, pile 2, you need to break yung ganyang self-limiting belief ninyo na kailangan ninyo, kumbaga parang you need to get out of your shell. You need to get out of the shadows. Hindi pwedeng laging parang victim mentality. I'm sorry if parang medyo harsh yung statement na yun. Parang hindi kasi pwedeng victim mentality most of the time yung iisipin ninyo. Kasi you hold the power to feel good. And right now, you're treading on thin ice with this thing that you're doing na parang you're trying to just dim your light, suppress everything na. And the more that you're being insecure about your situation, the more that people or those outside you are gonna find it out. And those who do not care, those who do not give a flying fuck about how you feel, would use that against you. So you have to be very careful about it, pile 2. Etong demystifying the darkness, I think na parang clearly, other than shadow work, kung ano man yung parang kinakatakot ninyo, and I have a strong inclination that it has something to do with security, kung ano man yung kinakatakot ninyo na parang you're probably with someone or you're probably with this group na ayaw ninyong maghiwa-hiwalay kayo, ayaw ninyong magbago, but for some reason, things change, people travel, they move. Huwag kayong matakot for change. Pile 2. Kasi, right now, ang kailangan ninyong i-focus is kung paano ninyo aayusin yung mga ugly parts of yourself. Kasi, again, and I will reiterate, Scorpio being here for the 8th house. The 8th house is the house of extremes. Yes, alam mo yung parang passion at its highest level. So, kung ano man yung nasa kaibu-ibuturan ng puso ninyo na alam ninyong mali ninyong ginagawa. For example, you tend to cling to people. You tend to not give them space when they're asking for it. My dear pile 2, that's something that you have to work with. I think that parang yung toning down and balancing how you react to other people is something that you need to heal from. So let's look at your tarot, and then let's see kung ano bang sasabihin. Wait. Let's see kung ano ba yung kailangan ninyo heal from. Please forgive kung parang nahihirapan ako mag-shuffle. I just had my booster and for some reason, parang swollen yung mga katawan at kalamnan ko. As in, I can't even fit a ring, so forgive. So let's see what the cards have to say. Okay. So, Spirit, what does pile 2 have to heal from? Ano ba yung kailangang ayusin? Okay. We have here 6 of Swords. In reverse. Spirit, ano yung kailangang ayusin? Ano yung kailangang ayusin ni pile 2? Ever the 9 of Coins in reverse. Spirit, ano yung kailangang ayusin ni pile 2? We have here the Magician. Spirit, ano yung kailangan? Ay, we have here the 9 of Cups and the Knight of Wands. Okay, let's clarify these energies. Clarify 6 of Swords in reverse, please. Wheel of Fortune in reverse. 9 of Coins in reverse. 10 of Cups. Sorry. The Magician. Can you clarify the Magician, please? Four of Swords in reverse. How about the 9 of Cups? Take this one. You have there the Devil. Alright. How about the Knight of Wands? Knight of Wands. Clarify the Knight of Wands, please. Queen of Swords in reverse. And then at the back of the deck, you have 8 of Swords. Okay. So, in reverse. Okay. So again, with the 8 of Swords in reverse being here, self-limiting beliefs. So, itong problemang to ay ikaw lang ang makakasagot at ikaw lang ang makakaalis. Pile 2. So, let's talk about your energy. So, I think that pile 2, one of the issues that you're having right now is parang let's get the obvious out first. So, etong with the Magician being here, clearly you're a very good, you're a very strong manifestor, you're a very good communicator. Probably probably yung trabaho niyo is parang sales or customer support. You could be working for banks or sales business, or anything that involves talking to people. But with the Magician being clarified by the Four of Swords, I think that right now, nandun kayo sa parang energy na parang, okay, bakit biglang tumigil? Parang alam niyo yung dati, kapag ka gusto niyo, nakukuha ninyo. Kapag ka kumbaga parang alam na alam ninyo kung ano yung gagawin ninyo sa isang sitwasyon. Tapos parang ngayon, nandun kayo sa stage na parang, okay, sige, kunwari, may targets ka for your job. You have, let's say, a certain target. Let's say, I don't know, 5 million sales in a month. Dati, ang bilis ninyong nakukuha yon. With the 9 of coins being here, na parang, and clarified by the 10 of cups, na parang whatever you want or whatever you find fulfilling for yourself, makukuha ninyo siya. But for some reason yun, parang hindi mo alam kung ano ba nangyari. Parang may delay ba? Or parang, parang, parang na-pause for some reason yung swerte. And I think that's something that's troubling you. With the Six of Swords being here, I think that you're stuck in this situation na parang, I think kasi na right now, you're fulfilling a cycle. You know, hindi naman kasi pwede sa lahat ng pagkakataon, pile number 2, nandun kayo sa taas. Siyempre, may mga pagkakataon na parang iikot ang gulong ng buhay, the Wheel of Fortune being here in reverse. I think na parang one of the issues that you need to deal with is being stuck in that place where everything was just working out for you. Ito kasing Six of Swords in reverse, it's you latching on to things and not wanting to move on, regardless if it's a positive thing or not. Kahit anong bagay, pile 2. Swerte or the other side of swerte, natatapos yan. 'Di ba? Parang all things come to an end, be it positive or negative. And I think that one of the things that you need to deal with, and you need to heal from, is understanding that your cycle, is just really, it's just really rotating. You were at a situation about everything was just working out for you. You know, you had the success and then you kept on. I think that you're that person na parang when you're passionate about something, I mean, you did have Scorpio earlier as an energy. I think na parang kayo yung tipo ng taong hindi tumitigil, or for a lack of a better term, kayo yung taong hindi nakokontento. Parang pag nakuha na ninyo yung isa, okay, set the bar higher every single time. And while that's good, I mean, there is some positive into continuously trying to improve yourself. Kailangan din ninyong maintindihan, pile to, na parang at one moment you have to stop, you have to rest, you have to, put things at a halt to give yourself time to catch up with all of these things that are going on with your life. So, I think na parang, I think that right now, you had that, you were at that energy na parang everything is just so going well for you. You're able to please people. You have good relationship with everyone. Yung success mo is just like really, really there na. And that's something na parang you want to maintain. Kumbaga parang gusto mo successful all the time. Well, of course, every one of us wants success naman all the time. Pero you can't expect kasi na it's going to be at the same level every single time. Kumbaga parang, kanina yung sample natin, you want to make 5 million sales a month. Siguro for the past 3 months, you've been making like 5, 6, 7 million every single month. And then this month, parang 4.5, 4 million, 3, parang nabibitin. So, I think na parang, that's what I'm talking about, na parang yung cycle ninyo, whatever issue it is that you're having right now, I think you need to understand na parang not everything is gonna work out as well as you'd expected it to. Kumbaga, may mga pagkakataon talaga na parang minsan bitin, sometimes they're not the same as how they were before. Kasi, if you're gonna look at your forward energy, you have here the 9 of cups. And then you have here the devil. So I think na parang right now, you're clinging on to the perfection of life. Or, if anything, you're clinging on to you being perfect. Kasi you have here the 10 of cups. You had everything before. And then now, medyo nag-trim down siya na parang nawalan ka ng isang cup. And yet, yung isang cup na yon, parang with the devil being here, the devil kasi is parang, it's about clinging on to, like obsessing, being, addiction, just wanting things so much na parang out of balance na siya. Kasi if you're gonna look at your cards, they're basically all positive cards. But what I'm called to notice is you have here your 10 and then naging 9 on the moving forward. So clearly, parang you lost something. And with the 9 of Cups being clarified by the devil here, I think na parang you can't appreciate what's happening right now because you need yung 1 cup na yon to feel secured. You did have security earlier on your cards. And I think na parang with this whole energy, you're this type of person who just wants to be, parang be the apple of everyone's eye. Especially with the magician being your center, being your core energy for this reading. And I think na, I think that with the Queen of Swords here, I think in reverse, I think na parang you're yet to accept the fact that you have to change etong Knight of Wands energy ninyo. Kasi of all the knights kasi, one of the fastest energies itong si Knight of Wands. I think na parang while you're passionate on the things that you do, meron kayong certain energy na parang, and again, I will apologize if this does not resonate with you, meron kayong certain tendency na parang whatever it is that you want, you will get it, no matter at what expense. And I'm sure that someone has told you that before, and that's something that you're yet to acknowledge, and that's something that you're being called to change. Because you have here the Eight of Swords in reverse, and then after that you have here the Five of Cups. So, like I said earlier, you had a good run before, and then now you lost a cup. And the Five of Cups clearly talks about, not being able to notice the good things, instead focusing on what you've lost, instead of, accepting and appreciating what you still have. So, I think that etong Eight of Swords na to, plus this Five of Cups, that's something that you need to grow from. You need to accept how things are right now, and you need to acknowledge etong Knight of Wands energy ninyo na while it's a very strong, very passionate, very, very forward moving energy, anything that's too much, especially etong wand energy, which is fire, if fire is misused, it can hurt. It can hurt people, it can destroy properties, it can destroy things. So you have to find the balance about this one. You have to find balance in realizing na, it's okay to be passionate, pero wag mong pakakasobrahan kasi you might get burned. If you'll notice, lahat ng merong ulo sa cards niyo, they're all looking forward. So, all of the things that you need to resolve are just within yourself. Just within yourselves. Kumbaga, nasa sa loob lang ninyo sila. And at the same time, your energy card earlier, yung about people, talks about insecurities. Talks about, self-imposed insecurities, restrictions. And with the Eight of Swords being here, it's very evident na you need to deal with your search for perfection at all times. I think kasi na right now, yun yung very evident na energy ninyo. You have your basically like cups, two of the most, sorry about that, that's my son. So you have your two of the most positive cup cards, and then you have here the Magician. The only issue that you're having is your search for perfection, kasi you equate perfection with security. which isn't really the case all the time. You're very good at what you do. You're very passionate at what you do, especially with the eighth house coming there earlier. But you must remember that there has to be a balance, and your perception about perfection has to change. Okay? So, let's clarify yung mga energies ninyo dito. What is this Six of Swords in reverse energy? What is this Six? Dalawa. So, you have here the Two of Swords and the Five of Swords. Okay. So, probably the Five of Swords kasi talks about like selfish decisions, betrayal to the self. And then you have here Two of Swords, which talks about, not being able to make a choice. So I think na parang you're not able, what you're dragging on is about you could be stuck between a choice. And I think that this choice is about, being selfish and continuously being in this situation na parang you just want things to be perfect, or moving on from that, from this mindset that you have right now. So I think that that would be very, very helpful for you, pile 2, if if i-try ninyo makontento sa kung ano yung meron muna kayo ngayon. Try to take that walk with the ugliest part of yourself, and then have a conversation and see na parang, oy, bakit ba masyado kang perfectionist? Ano ba talagang issue? Hindi ka ba masaya sa kung anong meron ka at narating mo na? And then try to resolve it. Kasi if you continue to be in this path na parang gusto niyo perfect lahat all the time, I'm just getting this feeling, and I have to say it. Mawawalan kayo ng kaibigan sa ginagawa ninyo. Kasi dadating kayo dun sa punto na parang sa kagustuhan ninyo maging perpekto lahat ng bagay, wala na kayong pakialam kung sino matatapakan ninyo. Take that as a warning. What is this Nine of Cups energy doing here? Let's clarify the Nine of Cups energy, please. What is this Nine of Cups energy? Okay. You have here Queen of Coins. Okay. So, very driven. Again, parang borderline manipulative, borderline selfish. Kasi nga, nandoon kayo sa energy na parang whatever it is that you want, you have to get. And while queens are normally very soft, the fact that this is in reverse, parang she or this energy lost the softness in it. Na parang all about the money, all about the goal. And while that's good, again, do not sacrifice yourself for the things that you want. So, I think that's something that you have to heal from. Pile 2, na parang yung search nyo again for perfection, you not wanting to undergo any change, you not wanting things to change because everything is perfect or was perfect a short while ago. Don't be in that situation. I think that's something that you need to heal with. Kasi yun yung nagiging issue ninyo ngayon. Yun yung, kumbaga, parang nagkukause sa inyo ng probably some problems with, with the people around you. Yeah. Clarify the devil. What's the devil card doing here? You have here the Six of Wands. Yeah. So you're clinging onto the success too much, which really isn't a good thing. So like I said kanina, everything was working out for you so well, and then now parang bigla na lang siyang nagbago. So, and ayaw ninyo magbago yun. So parang you want your success to be there, you want your success to just continuously, be at that trajectory na parang dire-diretso lang siya. Okay lang yon. I mean, maganda naman yung mangarap, pero not at the expense of your own beliefs and not at the expense of people around you. So just be very careful with that, pile 2. And I think that that's something that you really need to heal with. Heal on, or heal about. And then at the back of the deck, you have here the Seven of Coins. So again, tangible things in life, your success, your job, perfection. Try to just balance it out. Pile 2. So let's get tea leaf cards for you. Advices, what's coming, anong meron. I'm so sorry kung parang may mga nagsusnore or may mga noises kayong maririnig. For some reason. So I have two boys and they just, I don't know, for some reason they wanted to sleep with mommy today. So, yeah. So you have here, butterfly, a change for the better. So see, clearly, fault line energy, yung energy niyo no kanina. Don't resist change. And then seahorse, family matters. So, if you're having some issues with the family, that could, resonate for you. And then you have here chain of events that will affect your life. So really, as in change, fault line energy, eighth house energy. So really, kailangan nyo talagang, alam mo yun, parang tanggapin na may mga magbabago. And Wheel of Fortune in reverse, things changing, going around. Oh, and here, broken bridge, unsuccessful outcome to a problem. So, if that could be for you, then that just flipped while I was so let's get one more. Have here, mule, someone is extremely stubborn and unwilling to change. This could probably be you. um this could probably be you. Pile 2. So again, everything about your advices and your energy talks about change. And if you don't, then probably kaya lumabas tong broken bridge na unsuccessful outcome to a problem. Because if you want things to be better, you have to change. And things will only change if you allow it to happen. Okay? So, that's it. Pile 2. I'm so sorry for the interruptions, for the noise at the background. Yeah, I thought that it would be better to film at night para walang tricycle, but yeah, so I'm sorry about that. But that's it for your reading. I do hope that you enjoyed this one, and I hope that you were able to resonate with it. I hope that it was able to shed some light in your current situation. If you did like this video, please feel free to give me a thumbs up. Comment down below if you want me to check on anything. Do subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and ring that bell to be notified whenever I upload new videos. And also, if you can follow me on Instagram and Facebook, Psyche Libertina, um, to be notified whenever I post random card readings and messages on those social media accounts. Okay? So paano ba yan, pile 2? I hope that that this reading works well and for you, and yeah. So I'll see you on the next reading. Bye. Hey there, Pile 3! Thank you so much for being here. If you chose etong Lights Years Tarot natin, so this is gonna be your reading, where we are gonna check what you need to heal from, ano ba yung mga issues ninyo. We'll ask the tarot later for specifics, and if there's anything that you can do about it, we'll see what messages they have to give. But per usual, I have here your pre-shuffled oracle card. So we're gonna check your energy. We're gonna check what potential issues you're having. If you're able to resonate with this one, then definitely this is your pile. If not, then feel free to check out the other piles. It's absolutely okay to be drawn to more than one pile. But if you're not able to resonate with any of the three, then probably there isn't any message for you on this reading. So just a general disclaimer, this is a general tarot reading, so only take what resonates and leave the rest. So for your archetype, we have number 68, the mirror. We have awareness, number 30. We have asking for angelic support. My angels respond when I am open and authentic about how I feel. We had two landscape cards. So you have abundance and stillness. And then, so this one is a dream card which I decided to use for this reading. So you have your intruders. Let me read that. Intruders, a house or home can represent your ego or inner world. So, intruders or burglars usually indicate that a deep transformation is taking place or is needed. You may feel deeply insecure, especially if you don't know who the intruder is. Perhaps you need to take measures to build your confidence. There may be particular aspects of your life you don't feel comfortable with. If so, acknowledge what they are and work out a way of dealing with them. A variation of this dream carrying a similar meaning is trying to hold a door shut to keep someone out, or knowing that someone else is in your house without your say so. If you wake feeling anxious, this suggests the problem is quite severe. Spend some time in self reflection to identify what is troubling you deep down, and then ask yourself what steps are needed to find calm. And then your astro card you have here, Virgo. Sorry. Guys, I'll apologize na if you hear background noise, whatever. Forgive me. My kids decided to go camping in my room. So, okay. So, for you, pile 3, I think, I think that right now, you have um, sort of like a clear thought of what this issue is, especially with awareness being here. But for this one, I think kasi na parang ang nagiging issue ninyo, or at least what you need to heal from, pile 3, involves the self. Okay? So, of course, syempre this is, I think that right now, meron kayong certain level of insecurity sa sarili ninyo, which stemmed from you being a little overconfident or a little conceited about certain things. I will apologize if some people will be offended by that. Please feel free to click away if you feel that that doesn't resonate. Pero with the cards here, I think na parang kayo yung tipo ng tao na parang you're very sure of yourself. You know that you're successful, you know that you're happy, you know that you're pretty, you know that you're like this, you know that you're like that, to the point na parang sometimes medyo parang masyado na kayong nagiging bilib sa sarili ninyo. And that is a very strong energy that I'm getting for this pile. I'm not saying that you should, parang you should be stoned or something, na parang you should hate yourself for it. No. Tayong mga tao, parang talagang nangyayari sa buhay natin na parang when we get what we want, when we feel that we're very successful, when we know that we're doing things the right way, meron talaga tayong tendency sometimes na parang kumbaga, for a lack of a better term, parang lumalaki yung ulo. With the mirror card being here, this talks about like literally like a mirror, you looking at your reflection and trying to see kung ano ba yung nangyayari sa'yo sa pagkatao mo, sa kalooban mo. With the moon being here, it calls you to look at the deepest, the deepest secrets or the deeper version of yourself, apart from just what you see in front of the mirror. And then you have here another moon. So, particular kasi dito ito kasi the mirror na to, yung sa deck niya mismo, The shadow side of this one is narcissism. If you're not familiar with the story of Narcissus, siya yung ano ba yun? I think I'm not sure if he's a lord or a warrior na basta nakita niya yung reflection niya sa tubig and then he fell in love with himself. That's how conceited and self-absorbed he was. And etong card na to calls for us to look inward and see what is happening within ourselves and within our, parang within our inner self. Now, with Virgo being here, um Virgo is ruled by Mercury. And sa zodiac, Virgo is one of the most practical zodiacs. But at the same time, Virgo kasi when it appears in a reading calls you to tie up loose ends. Um, you know, don't bottle up emotions, try to express yourself. And at the same time, with your authenticity being called here, I think kasi na parang, I think that pile 3, one of the things that you need to heal with, I'm just gonna say this kasi ayoko makalimutan, is parang, you're letting your success, you're letting the good things that you were able to do, the abundance that you have, the stillness that you have, the success that you have, you're letting it get too much in your head. Either outward or inward. Kasi with the burglar being here, if you'll see, ayan o, a deep transformation is taking place or is needed. Diba? So, and then ang advice dito is to ask yourself, what are the steps that you need to do? So basically, I think na parang you're way past building your confidence sa sarili ninyo. I think na parang you may have overbuilt it. And with the number 3 being here, I think na parang, and again, this can resonate for some. I think na parang with the success that you had, you could have probably lost like a couple of people along the way. Because you've changed. If anything kasi, I think I'm having a strong feeling that you, pile 3, hindi naman kayo yung very, very narcissistic person eh. Hindi naman kayo yung parang very self-absorbed. If anything, naging ganun lang because of the success of whatever it is that life has given you, whatever blessings you have, na parang it got into your head. And I wouldn't be surprised if some people who know you actually said it outright na parang, nagbago ka na, ganyan-ganyan. Kasi, with the angel card being here na, my angels respond when I am open and authentic about how I feel. I think that right now, you're being less authentic than what you expect yourself to be. If anything, I think na parang some people could have told you before na parang, bakit parang nagbago ka na? Parang hindi ka naman ganyan or parang ang hirap mo ng kausap ngayon. So, the mirror here is calling you to have this discussion with yourself, as in literally like either you look at yourself in the mirror or you journal something na with Mercury here, I think na parang you need to communicate inward. Not just with other people, but you need to communicate with yourself na parang ano ba yung nangyari? What has changed in me? Because I think that right now you've built your life, or you've invested so much on your life to make it so colorful, to make it so wonderful. And yet parang whatever wonderful world you've built for yourself, parang kinulong mo na yung sarili mo doon. Which is what I'm getting, the feeling that I'm getting from this awareness card. Na parang, look, there's so much color, there's so much wonderful thing outside. And yet, nakakulong siya doon na parang, kontento na siya doon, masaya naman siya doon. But, hindi siya makapag-explore. And I think that right now you're at this energy na parang you're just so happy with whatever it is that you've accomplished in life, with whatever it is that, um, the universe is giving you, na parang, ang dami na nagbago na the only thing that you can focus on is yourself and your success. And while that's okay, actually that's okay, even for some, they say that that's the perfect situation to go. But I think that right now you know that you're not happy with it, which is why you're in this reading. There has to be some shift that has to happen here. Either you go back or you tone down yung self-focus ninyo, or you try to overhaul it altogether, because I don't think that this energy that you're in right now isn't really your most authentic self. I think that you're a very warm person. Yes, you are practical, but you have that sort of like itch to help and to serve people. If anything, baka nga yung language of love ninyo is service. And especially with green here, and then you have here green, then yung base ng tarot ninyo. Um, you're a very loving person. I think that you have a heart chakra that's very, very open. You also have hues of green here. You also have like green here. You also have green here. Even the color of your dream card basically is like light green. So I think na parang you're someone who's very in touch with your emotions. You're someone who's such a good communicator, and you used to be in that energy, but for some reason parang things have shifted, and it's also bothering you, and you're probably asking yourself, why are people not reaching out to you anymore like they used to before? Siguro ngayon parang siguro parang before, parang yung mga friends niyo, parang they call you every now and then, they ask you out, they make plano with you, and then now all of a sudden parang, oh, okay, parang wala nang namamansin sa akin, parang wala nang gusto makipag-usap. So, I think kasi na parang yung mga naging changes ninyo, parang siguro, and again, I'm getting this strong inclination for some of you, there could have been like a phone conversation or like a discussion on a group chat for some of you na alam mo yung parang medyo may nakasagutan ka doon. If that doesn't resonate for you, then leave it. Again, this is a general reading anyway. But meron kasing incident na parang alam mo yung parang medyo napayabang ka ng konti, pile 3. And I'm not saying na ganun ka talaga. It's just na nagkataon lang na ganun yung nangyari sa pagkakataong to. Kaya ka nandito sa sitwasyon na to. But it's actually good kasi the fact that you're here on this reading means that you're taking a conscious step para ayusin kung ano man yung naging problema. Kasi hindi mo naman ma-expect na magiging perfect ka lang all the time eh. 'Di ba? Dadating talaga yung pagkakataon na parang madadapa ka, minsan magkakaroon ka ng minsan magkakaroon ka ng alam mo yun, parang hindi masyadong pakiramdam. Alam mo yun? So, and I'm called to notice na parang this ends in 3 and then this is also 3. So parang I think that right now you're at the stage of healing. I'm called to notice yung rainbow doon. So I think na parang, I think that you're very hopeful, if anything, pile 3. Pero more than anything kasi, what's sticking to me is yung mirror and etong authenticity na to. So I think that one of the major things that you need to fix is whatever change has gone inward that made you lose your authentic self. Ano yung nagbago? Could it have, parang sabi nga nila, di ba, when you move up the ladder in life, parang everything just changes. Not just your clothes and your hair, but everything changes. And I think na parang for you, yung success, yung abundance, yung self-improvement na ginawa ninyo, that changed a lot in you. And while change is a good thing, it can also be destructive if ano na siya, kumbaga if it's a little too extensive than the normal. Kumbaga parang think about like your hair, di ba? Change is good. You can change the color, you can get it, you can get a haircut, pero pag sobrang in-extreme mo siya na parang, okay, babae kasi bigla ka na lang nagpakalbo. 'Di ba even 'di ba sometimes even yung buhok natin nagre-react na parang 'pag biglaan yung pinaputol, kung babae ka parang hindi siya tutubo agad, magtatampo, yung sinasabing gano'n. So, parang naging gano'n yung situation ninyo dito na you wanted change, you worked on yourself, pero yung pagbabagong nangyari was too much for you and for other people to take. Kasi the fact that you're in this reading, it means that you're not happy with your current situation. And so we're gonna ask Tarot kung ano ba yung particulars na kailangan ninyong baguhin ngayon. So you picked itong Lights Here Tarot natin. So we are gonna ask what we need to change. Sorry about my shuffling. I just had my booster, so for some reason, parang like everything is swollen. My hands, my face, yung mga nerves ko. No. Wait. Let me like try and shuffle it this way. Okay. And sorry again kung may naririnig kayo mga background sounds. I have 2 boys in case you don't know. There. Okay. So, Spirit, ano kailangan ayusin ni Pilesy about themselves? Anong kailangan ayusin ni Pilesy about themselves, Spirit? You have your Strength in reverse. Anong kailangan ayusin ni Pilesy? Okay, let's take this one. You have the Hermit in reverse. Anong kailangan ayusin? What does Pile 3 need to fix? What does Pile 3 need to fix? Ace of Pentacles in reverse. Take this one. Four of Wands. What does Pile 3 need to fix? Knight of Cups. Puro reverse yung card ninyo Let's clarify. Can you clarify the strength? Have here the Moon. How about the Hermit in reverse? What is the Hermit in reverse? So you have here the Tower in reverse. How about the Ace of Pentacles? Okay. Have here the Sun in reverse. How about the Four of Wands in reverse? Four of Pentacles. And the Knight of Cups. Please clarify the Knight of Cups. Knight of Cups in reverse, please. So you have here the Hierophant. Okay. And at the back of the deck, you have here the Hanged Man in reverse. Okay. Alright. So, like I said earlier, I think na parang you, Pile 3, have already experienced the best things in life. The Ace of Pentacles in reverse being here, being clarified by the Sun. I think that right now your energy, or at least your previous energy is that you're just so happy about everything going perfectly. Kumbaga parang, alam mo yung parang ipinatas lahat ng mga nangyayari sa inyo. Pero, I think na parang, at the same time, while everything was working out for you, doon kayo nagsimula na sort of magsarili and to sort of withdraw from other people, with the hermit in reverse being here and the strength in also being in reverse. I think na parang ngayon pa lang kayo ulit nagsisimula na lumabas from that shell na pinagtaguan ninyo, which is probably why you're in this reading. Kasi parang when you were successful, I think na parang medyo naging selfish kayo. And I'm sorry if I have to say that. I apologize if nakaka-offend siya. But for a lack of a better term, parang alam mo yung parang nung nagkaroon ka, medyo umatras ka sa iba, sa ibang tao. Kasi probably you felt na parang they will use you or something. Kasi with the strength being here, being clarified by the moon, I think na parang you sort of like you sort of like had fears of things na hindi ka naman sure kung totoo ba or kung mangyayari. I'm called to notice na yung babae dito is parang nasa sa ilalim siya nung water. So I think na parang you sort of like drowned yourself underwater in the sense na parang kinain ka masyado ng fears mo and emotions mo. For me kasi, whenever I see water, it's just really about emotions. Similar dun sa cups. Sa cups dito sa tarot. And I think na parang yung takot mo is alam mo yung parang takot ka na parang maiisahan ka. And that was something na I think etong withdrawal mo na to, this was something that sort of like triggered something in your life na probably you lost people because of it. Kasi with the Tower card being here in reverse, I think na parang etong paglabas mo ulit na to, etong paglabas mo from your hermit mode is not something that you're comfortable doing. In fact, if you can stay in your hermit mode, you would do that. It's just na right now, you're feeling with the hangman being here na parang you're feeling na parang you're just so alone other than you're not moving, parang pakiramdam mo na parang you're being, you're being stuck at home, tas walang nangyari, wala kang progress, and you're not the type of person na comfortable being stagnant. Now, with the Four of Wands in reverse being here in the Four of Pentacles, kung tutuusin, dalawang fours to. Four is about stagnation. Okay? So 4 is about being stagnant, not moving anywhere. And with the Four of Pentacles being here, I think na parang yung success mo, masyado mo siyang niyakap at the expense of your friends and those people around you. Very clear yung sinasabi ko kanina na parang masyado ka naging selfish. Yung energy ninyo dito with eton the mirror na parang sort of like, you know that you're successful, you know that you're happy, you know that you've gotten things figured out, pero masyado niyo siyang niyakap to the point na parang naging selfish kayo. If you'll see yung image nito, I'll flip it over muna. You'll see na parang she has like a bag, and she does have jewelry and stuff, and she has like a nice hair, she even has a necklace, and she's just looking at this area na parang rural area na hirap na. Instead of like sharing something, she just chose to keep it to herself. So I think na parang that for majority of you, there could have been an instance na parang, okay, you probably just got your bonus, or you probably closed a very big deal, and then someone asked you for help. On a normal day, you would have helped that person, but for some reason, parang feeling mo na parang, lagi na lang akong tutulong, ganyan. Parang, lagi na lang akong tutulong, ayoko na. Parang inaabuso naman na nila ako. While ikaw lang ang makakaalam kung inaabuso ka ba talaga, I think that you lost that part of yourself who is able to discern when help is really needed. You have to understand, Pile 3. Um, Blessings kasi, they come and go. Minsan ikaw yung mapagbibigyan, minsan hindi ikaw. For you, mas maraming beses kang napagbigyan. Probably because, and I hope naisip mo din to, probably because, matulungin ka naman talaga. Kaya kumbaga, ikaw yung pinagbibigyan. Kumbaga parang bibigyan ka ng, let's say, a job which would, let's say, okay, bibigyan ka kunwari ng sales na 1,000 pesos and then may humihingi sa'yo ng 20 pesos. Let's say, kapatid mo, kaibigan mo, or something. May humihingi sa'yo ng 20 pesos. What's 20 pesos sa 1,000, diba? Kumbaga, and I know that my grandmother used to tell me this na parang kaya ka binibiyayaan kasi ikaw na yung binibigyan ng kapasidad para tumulong sa iba, para ikaw yung mamimili kung magkano o kung papaano mo i-share yung blessings mo. Kasi mas mahirap na ikaw yung humihingi. So, that I just remember that. So that could be very useful for you. Kasi with the Ace of Pentacles being the center of your energy in reverse, it means that it's either you're holding it back or it's not coming for you. And I honestly think that for this reading, it's you holding back from the energy of being able to give as well. To the point na nag-withdraw ka just because you judged the situation poorly. And now, you're scared of going out of this hermit mode again kasi parang feeling mo marami ka pang hindi na figure out na baka gawin nilang hindi maganda. With the Knight of Cups being here in reverse, for me kasi, yung Knight of Cups, siya yung pinaka parang sweet talker, malambing, mabait, very considerate type of energy. But the fact that this is in reverse, being clarified by the Hierophant, I think na parang nandun ka sa more traditional sense of approach mo on things. However, while tradition is okay, I think that right now, what can help you is to balance being traditional, trying to figure out things as they really kumbaga trying to see things for what they really are, and instead of you being in the Knight of Cups energy na reverse, mas maganda kung i-flip mo to. Kasi pag flip mo siya, you can see that the horse is going towards your Four of Wands. And you'll see na parang yung magiging at the end of this staircase ni Hierophant is yung Knight of Cups energy mo, which is loving, giving, stable, and true. You did have abundance kanina and stillness. So for some reason, I'm resonating that card, yung stillness card, with the Knight of Cups. Something that's just very fluid in terms of emotion, something that's just very sure of how they feel and how they want things to be. Now, I think that pile 3, you need to step out from this hermit mode ninyo. Kasi it's sticking to me na yung tower yung nasa sa ilalim niya. Whenever kasi I see a tower in any reading, I strongly take it na parang kung nasan man siyang part na reading ko, I don't use particular spreads, I just read the cards the moment that I see them. Kung nasan man siyang particular spread, and right now I'm seeing na parang nandun siya sa parang stage mo where nag-withdraw ka, that part has to change. That part has to, you have to let go of that part. Now, if you'll see kasi itong the Sun, this person and the Four of Pentacles, they're looking at each other. So, kumbaga, kung iisipin mo, while the Sun is a very positive card, if fire is misused, it can damage. So I think that right now, parang your success has gotten so much in your head to the point na parang masyado mo na siyang kinulong sa sarili mo na you didn't want to share. And always remember na life, the world is a balance of energies. You take what you give, and you give what you take. Happiness is like a perfume na parang you can't give it to others without getting some on yourself. And at the same time, hindi pwede na parang you just spray on yourself without letting people get a little bit of it because they will smell it. Yung happiness na yan, yung success na yan. And one way or another, if you want it to multiply, if you want it to be appreciated, you have to share. And I think that's why ando dun yung mirror ninyo kanina na parang like literally like look at yourself, what has happened. Um, and with those and with your dream card na parang being yung burglar na parang I'm now interpreting that yung burglar card ninyo na parang masyado ninyong gustong bantayan kung ano yung meron kayo ngayon na parang anything or any person who will probably come close to you, iisipin niyo na parang pag nanakaw kayo or lolokohin kayo or pag nanasaan kayo. Na dapat hindi ganon. So, let's clarify some of these. So, what's this tower energy spirit? Ano ba tong tower in reverse na to? What is this tower in reverse energy? Ano ba tong tower? So, you have here the Nine of Pentacles. Yeah. So, kailangan ninyong baguhin at kailangan ninyong lumabas dun sa energy na parang very like self-focused lang. Like I said kanina, parang you've gotten into that energy na parang medyo may pagka-selfish. Okay lang yon if talagang may nanloko sa inyo. Pero in general, it's not serving you your best, it's not serving you the best benefit, and you're not being authentic with yourself kapag masyado kang, alam mo yun, if you're extremely selfish. I'm sorry for a lack of a better word. Kasi the Nine of Pentacles is a positive card. It's about being independent. It's about being happy with what you have. When it's in reverse, to me, I interpret it as something na parang you're overly doing. Something na parang wala ka na ibang focus kundi sarili mo. Even if at the expense of others, you don't really care for as long as you're happy. And I think that's something that you need to heal from. Pile 3. So, let's clarify etong the moon. Sorry. What's this moon energy doing here? What is the moon? What's the moon? Okay. So you have here the Six of Pentacles. Yeah, so Six of Pentacles is about giving and receiving. So you are afraid about being taken advantage of. The fact that this is in reverse, yun yung kumbaga, kinakatakot ng kaibuturan ng kalooban ninyo. Aminin nyo man o hindi. Pero natatakot kayo sa pagbibigay na baka mamaya abusuhin kayo. Yun yung fear ninyo. And I'm already telling you, you have to get out of this situation in order for good things to start manifesting again. If you will see, ilan ba yung 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You have 6 major arcana cards out of 10, which I initially drew. 6 kasi is the number of healing after change. 5 is change, and then 6 is what you do after that change has taken place. Now, the fact na ito yung pang 6 ninyo na major arcana card, if anything, once this change has happened, you just have to go back to how things were for you. Kumbaga, what works for you? Ano ba yung, kumbaga, parang hindi naman legacy pero kumbaga, ano ba yung nakasanayan mong way on how you do things? How do you tackle with things? How do you put the balance between being able to give and being able to discern when people are already taking advantage? Kasi I think that you're a very generous person, pile 3, which is why ang kinatakot nyo rin is being betrayed in a sense na gagamitin kayo para hinga ng sobra-sobra. But I don't think that, I think that that's a fear that's the back of your head. Kasi I think naman na parang with the Ace of Pentacles being here, I think na parang the blessings are continuously coming for you. And you should be thankful na ganun yung nangyayari. But, tandaan ninyo, the fact na nag-reverse na to, it means that you have to get over this in order for this to flip again. both of these to flip again. Kasi parang with the Sun card clarifying the Ace of Pentacles, I mean, it's like a solid offer for happiness. The only thing that you need to do is get over this for these two to flip. Diba? So, let's clarify Four of Wands. What is this Four of Wands? Energy. In reverse. Yeah, so Eight of Cups. So, the Eight of Cups is about withdrawal. It's sort of like the Hermit. And the fact that this is clarifying one of the most positive cards in tarot, it means na hindi ka maging masaya. You can't be happy with other people. You can't have this divine whatever union if you're in a relationship. You can't, you know, you can't basically just meld with people kasi nagwi-withdraw ka na gusto mo mag-isa because stuck ka nga sa energy na to. Takot ka na parang feeling mo aabusuhin ka or gagamitin ka ng ibang tao just because you're at the epitome of your success. And I honestly think pile 3 na parang that's something that is difficult to heal from, especially when you're already like up there. Mahirap ibaba ang sarili. Pero sabi nga nila, di ba, wag mo masyadong pakataasan ng lundag para pag lumagpa ka, hindi masyadong masakit. And everything that bounces, that drops has to go up, and everything that's up has to go down. So just find that balance. And I hope that wag ninyong gagawing reason na parang yung eto, na parang ayaw ninyo mag-share or ayaw ninyo magbigay. Kasi one way or another, if ganyan yung mindset ninyo, pile 3, the universe has its own way of correcting itself. If they feel the blessings that they're giving you is not something that you can put to good use, then siguro, be careful na lang kasi baka mamaya magtampo ang grasya, diba? At the back of the deck, you have the King of Swords, so in reverse. So, you need to figure out pile 3 kung paano ninyo malalaman kung ano yung totoong dapat ninyong tulungan, kung ano yung totoong dapat ninyong pagbigyan, at kung ano yung dapat na mag-focus lang kayo sa sarili niyo. Kasi I think that one of the main things that you need to heal from, which is very evident in your card, is yung nasobrahan kayo ng self-focus to the point that you have become selfish about it. So, let's just get some tea leaf cards for you para just last sets of advice. Let's just so let's get this one. You have kite, vacation. So you'll probably go on vacation or probably like, I don't know, take some time off. Valley, deep personal strength and peace that assure success. Okay, so that's very fitting. Again, strength and peace, which you have stillness kanina, and then you have abundance kanina na success. So you'll find, again, diba, similar to what we were saying, you'll find success once you find that strength, once you figure out that strength and this peace that, you can be successful and be peaceful at the same time. Not everyone is trying to, ransack you or whatever, or use you. And then we have owl, good advice from a wise person. So that could be like either, that could be your Hierophant or that could be your King of Swords. And then one more. We have finger, warning you of a problem either now or in the near future. So yeah, similar to what we were saying kanina, parang if you're not able to use the blessings that the universe gives you, then you have to be very careful kasi baka mamaya pagtampuhan kayo ng grasya just because you're trying to withdraw from things, just because you're being selfish about it. I'm sorry if I cannot find any more proper word for it. It's just that really what I'm seeing in the card. So yun. So yeah, there that's it. That's your reading, pile 3. I'm sorry if it was a little heavy, but the emotions were really there, and I'm just glad that I was able to channel it. I do hope that you were able to resonate with it. And if you did, please feel free to give me a thumbs up, comment down below. If there's anything that you need me to check, any suggestions on future readings that we should do, please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and ring that bell to be notified whenever I post new videos. And also do follow me on Facebook and Instagram, Psyche Libertina, so that you get to see whenever I post random messages on those social media websites. So yeah, that's it, Pile 3. Thank you so much for staying with me. I hope that this helped you in some way, and I will see you on my next read. Bye!